Your results show that your immune system is affecting your fertility. But you didn't expect that. Most ladies don't. Because nobody sits in a fertility clinic thinking, maybe my body is just using too much energy protecting me. Instead, you think about, I don't know, eggs, hormones, AMH, ovulation, IVF, all those obvious things. But your result is showing something much more important. Your body is not simply failing to get pregnant, it is acting like a body that has too much running in the background to prioritize pregnancy properly, like having too many tabs open on a laptop. And this is the bit that I really want you to understand. Inflammation is not just a bit of pain or puffiness, it changes the environment that your cells are living in. So you can take the supplements, you can eat the healthy food, do the fertility diet, follow the clinic's plan. But if your cells are sitting in inflamed, reactive, overloaded environment, they cannot always receive and use the goodness properly that you're putting in. It's like trying to deliver supplies to a house while the alarms are going off, the doors are jammed, the drains are blocked, and everyone inside is just in this emergency mode. Supplies might well be good, but the house cannot use them properly yet. That is why more is not always the answer, because this just keeps an already stretched system even more overloaded. And that is why this result matters. Because when your immune system is involved, fertility is no longer a question of, do I have an egg? It's more, does my body have enough calm energy and capacity to use what I'm putting in, regulate it properly, and then grow a healthy new life, in addition to keeping this one alive as well? Because your body will always prioritize you first, always. It's the most basic instinct, it's survival. A baby does not need a mother who's running on fumes, and your body knows that. So if your system is busy dealing with inflammation, immune reactivity, gut irritation, pain, poor recovery, histamine type reactions, pelvic inflammation and heavy periods, fatigue, or basically that feeling that your body just reacts too easily, it's going to use energy there first. Not because it hates you, not because it's broken, but because protection always comes before reproduction, every single time. Now that can feel brutal when what you want is a baby. But it is also a really useful answer because if your body is protecting first, then the next step is not to shout louder at your hormones. It's to reduce the load that your body is protecting you against. So think of your systems like a smoke alarm. The alarm is not the fire, it is the signal. So the signal, you've got painful periods, bloating, fatigue, poor recovery, headaches, skin flares, histamine reactions, feeling inflamed after food, feeling puffy, foggy, heavy or reactive. They're not random annoyances. They are your body waving this red flag to get your attention. But we don't know how to interpret these. In modern life, we're trained to ignore them and push through. Now, in terms of fertility, the alarm can show up differently too. AMH panic, progesterone worry, implantation concerns, failed cycles, a body that looks normal on paper but still cannot seem to just get over that line. The mistake is treating every alarm as a separate problem. A hormone tip for this, a supplement for that, a food rule for the other thing, another test, another theory, another late night rabbit hole that you find yourself going down. If underneath the fire is immune and inflammatory load, then chasing the alarm keeps you busy. It doesn't put the fire out. That is why your result matters today. It has shown the best place for your fertility bandwidth to be improved because we know where it's been drained now. And this is where I would start. Not with more noise, with the right sequence that turns down that immune and inflammation load. Now, listen up. You may have already tried anti inflammatory food. I'm sure you have. It makes sense. You were not wrong to try it. But food alone isn't going to be enough when the body is already firefighting inflammation. Because the question then isn't, am I putting good things into my body? The better question is, can my body actually receive and use those goods that were turning up to the house that was in chaos? That is the bit that most ladies and a lot of doctors, if I'm truthful with you, miss. If your cells are inflamed, irritated, under stress, they don't behave like open doors allowing all the good stuff in. They get into like a clogged vacuum filter type scenario. You can keep adding more and more power, buying better products, trying harder. But if that filter is blocked, the suction is always going to be poor. And it's the same sort of thing. The machine can't do the job properly until these blockages begin to clear. You can eat the salmon, you can eat the turmeric, the blueberries, the clean meals, you can take the supplements, you can do all those kind of right things. But if inflammation creates this background noise, your gut is irritated, your drainage is sluggish, your nervous system is braced, and your body is acting like something needs protecting against, then the goodness that you're putting in can't always get where it needs to be used properly. So the answer is never just more anti inflammatory foods. It's instead helping your body become less inflamed in the first place, less reactive, and less overloaded so that it can actually receive what you're giving it when you're putting these anti inflammatory foods and supplements, etc., into your body. Because if you keep adding good things into a system that is already struggling to process, clear, and regulate, you just end up spinning your wheels. You're trying harder, you're buying more, you're restricting more. That's the big thing, isn't it? But you're not actually freeing up that bandwidth that your fertility needs. So, no, this is not about saying that food does not matter. Food absolutely matters. But first, we have to help your system become able to use it, process it, and get the benefit from it. And that is why this reset goes deeper than eating anti inflammatory foods. We're not just wiping a kitchen surface here, we are helping you to clear the smoke underneath the smoke alarm, open the exits, calm that alarm down, and get your house internally working again. This is how women lose months, years even. They're adding all the sensible things in logically, but they're doing it without the physiology behind it. So they end up then running everything in the wrong order for a body that's already overloaded. And then they blame themselves when it doesn't work. Well, that stops here now. Your result isn't asking you to become more perfect, but it is asking you to stop guessing. Think of fertility bandwidth like a limited line of energy. Your body has only got so much capacity available. If you are spending too much of that capacity on inflammation, immune activation, irritation, recovery, stress chemistry, clearing what shouldn't be hanging around, then your fertility only can get what is left. So for pregnancy, it's hungry on your body. So what is left isn't enough. Pregnancy asks for a lot more from your body. It asks your body to receive, implant, then nourish as well as nourishing you, regulate, protect without attacking, build without bracing, and that requires this big amount of spare capacity. So when your results show that your immune load is off kilter, we don't treat that like a side issue. We treat it like the most important thing to address because once the body stops firefighting, bandwidth just naturally becomes available again. And that is the point of this immune system reset. It's not aggressive detoxing and it's not 10 more supplements. And it's certainly not this panic protocol for you to build at midnight from a half dozen podcasts. That's not what we're doing. This is the clear first sequence for your body when it's been stuck in this protection mode to get you out of that and alleviate that bandwidth that you need to grow a child. So we start by helping your body to calm all of that background noise, support the clearance, reduce the unnecessary load. You'll reconnect your gut, your immune system, your nervous system, that fertility environment in the right order. Critical. And most importantly, we're also going to help you understand why your body has been reacting the way it has. Because when my ladies finally see that pattern, the whole feeling changes. They stop thinking my body's broken. They start instead thinking my body has been protecting me. Now I know where to begin. And that is a huge shift. At this point, you're probably still thinking, should I research a bit more first? But more information has not been the missing piece for you so far, has it? You already have enough information. But have you had the right first sequence for your body? You may be thinking, what if this is not everything? Does it need to be everything today? Or does it need to be the right first step, the needle mover that you've been looking for? You may be thinking, can I just do this myself? Well, maybe. But if doing it yourself has meant random things, changing everything at once, stopping, restarting, blaming yourself, ending up back in that same place, but less time with it, then is it effort that has been your problem? Or is it the right sequence that you could have sorted in 28 days from now? That is what this reset gives you. It's not a PDF sitting in your inbox. It's a clear sequence that you move through in this stepwise manner, fully guided by me, so that you don't overload your body further, trying to do what you think might be the right thing. Are you ready to take this experience and make it work for your body? Or are you going to go back to chasing the smoke alarm when you now know better? Your answers have shown that immune and inflammatory load is where your fertility bandwidth is being drained. Start the immune system reset now. No more guessing, no more panic protocols, no more treating inflammation like a side issue. Let your body stop firefighting so it can free up the bandwidth it's been desperately trying to. Let it begin to feel safer, clearer, more supported. Because this is not about doing more, it is about finally doing the right thing.